Alright, y'all. I didn't mean for this to happen, but somehow Twitter has ruined me, and I've become a Garak Bashir shipper at 34. So I impulsively bought the slightly more expensive than most of the rest of them Garak action figure the other night. I have a lot of the Playmates Star Trek toys from the 90s. Most of them are next gen. I didn't really watch DS9 when it was on when I was a kid, but I watch it pretty much nonstop now. Also, sorry I look like shit. I don't care. I have a week off between jobs, and I am doing nothing but watching tons of Star Trek and compulsively ordering weird shit. So, here it is. I'm gonna unbox this sucker. There he is. Elim Garak himself. Box looks pretty good, considering I didn't seek out, like a mint box or anything. It's, it's a little bent. But the card seems... the bubble seems adhered pretty well to the card. The DS9 figures in general are a little bit harder to find. I think they either had like a smaller run, or they just weren't as popular. It was kind of at the end of the Playmates Star Trek figure boom, maybe. They're not quite as hard to find or expensive as the Voyager toys. And so I was going through my old ones, and I thought I had more DS9 toys than I did, and I only have like, I don't know, 4 or 5. None of the main crew. I have the O'Brien figure, which I guess was technically released on a DS9 card, but I have the next gen uniform version. So I think I only have Ducat. I have Rom and Nog for some reason. I have Morn. And I have the DS9 version of Q. For whatever fun. Oh, and I have Worf with the red, with the DS9 first couple seasons uniform. So it's a weird assortment. I don't really remember how I got those. I mean, again, I was actually a kid when I was buying these, and I never like started up again like I did with Star Wars toys. So, there's whatever dynamics of asking my parents to buy me things, or people just randomly getting me things for holidays. I can't imagine I ever would have chosen Morn, but whatever. Anyway, here he is. Looks pretty good. I mean, the likenesses were always like decent on these figures, but not great. Every once in a while you have one that looks surprisingly good. Most of them, it's context. If you're face blind, it probably is perfect. But I don't really care. I just have to wait for my Bashir figure to get here so I can make them do nasty things. Alright, here we go. As usual, I'm not being really careful about this, but I'm also trying to preserve the card somewhat. Alright, taped to the backing here, we have the card. We have taped down rather seriously the Cardassian emblem stand in a little bag. Here it is. I don't remember them all having this color scheme. Did they just make it like especially queer for Garak, or what? I don't know. Whatever. I like it. Alright. Take him out. He already popped out. Here he is. He looks a little more serious than we've come to expect from plain and simple Garak. Joints are a little stiff, as you'd expect from being in a box for a super long time, but nothing is falling off yet. The legs even have a little bit of give, despite being in this tunic. business and not having sort of the regular top of a leg thing. Yeah, so there he is. He has a weird kind of, I don't remember this specific outfit. I think it was maybe earlier on, or maybe this is when he briefly reunited with the Obsidian Order or whatever. Kind of weird Batman looking emblem thing here. Again, the face is, it's not focusing on the face. It's okay. Yeah, at least has a little smirk, sort of. And then on the card we have, on the bubble wrap, we have the actual trading card. Which I'm going to rip out. There is a customer reply card included. Which I have a feeling is probably out of date. A nice Garak trading card, skybox, and then accessories, which curious to see what accessories they gave to Garak here. I don't even really know. You know, all these Playmates accessories are sort of like this for the most part, like single color plastic, weirdly bright colored plastic. And they all sort of generally look Star Trek-y, but like good luck figuring out what they actually are. Let's use the box for a guide. Taylor's tape measure. I have no idea what this. Is this a tape measure? Is this a tape measure? Neither of these look like tape measures to me. Obsidian Order isolinear rods. I guess that's what these are supposed to be, these two. I mean, they're the only two cylindrical things. I was hoping we would have just gotten some cups for when he and Bashir have lunch, but I guess not. Cardassian pad and Cardassian phaser. Okay, so I'm fairly sure this is the pad, and this is obviously the phaser. And then we have the bonus Cardassian action base. Nothing says action like a base. So, I'll stick them on here, I guess. I never use these for their intended purpose, but if you want to, you can have them stand there with a nice little directional component. I guess he can, let's see how well he holds his rod. Not that well. It's too big to fit in his hand. Okay. All right. He cannot even hold the smaller. All right, there we go. He sort of has it. There you are. It's the Playmates Elim Garak action figure, released under the General. This is when they switched, I guess, from doing the lines by series to just the General Star Trek type. And you can see here's the backing. There's a nice little card in there, and some other figures from various series. It looks like the DS9 figures from this wave were Grand Nagus Zek, Cisco from Crossover, Odo from Necessary Evil, Worf, which is the Worf I have, Jem'Hadar, and Garak. There are some really cool ones in this series, actually. This is when they released the Governor Worf from All Good Things, and the Picard from Tapestry, which I'm fairly sure is like super low run and costs a lot of money. Same with Yar from Yesterday's Enterprise. Pretty sure that goes for a lot on eBay now. And Barkley from Projections, which, again, I think that... So there is a pack that you can still get for a somewhat reasonable price with that Barkley, which is like the DS9 uniform Barkley. Oh, Voyager uniform, I guess. Still. The Yar in the modern, the later season TNG outfit, and Picard from Tapestry. But I think individually carded, all those are like kind of outrageous. I wonder if they killed this wave in the middle or something. Anyway, that's it. I love tearing old toys out of their boxes and devaluing them because this is what's valuable to me. I'll probably do another one of just him and Bashir making out once I get that.